Registration records are breaking. Virtual rooms are at capacity. Attendees are active in the chat. Yet, the next event budget is rejected. Failure rarely stems from execution. In most cases, the event itself ran as intended. The problem is a translation error between the marketing department and the executive suite. Event teams often measure their work as isolated marketing campaigns. They report on volume, the number of people who clicked, registered, and logged in. Boards evaluate these same events as business investments. They prioritize capital efficiency, weighing the cost of the event against its contribution to the company's bottom line. High attendance metrics carry little weight in a boardroom. Executives prioritize pipeline generation and closed revenue. Any strategy that lacks these markers faces immediate budget rejection. A traditional post-event report is usually built on metrics like total poll responses, chat volume, and social media mentions. To C-suite leadership, these figures describe operational activity. They show what happened during the broadcast without demonstrating how that activity advanced financial goals. Reporting strictly on activity defines the event team as a cost center. Without a clear link to revenue, the executive team views the program as a discretionary expense. Earning executive buy-in requires a shift toward business outcomes. A board-ready report focuses on the reduction of customer acquisition costs and the specific volume of pipeline influenced by the event. Scaling a SaaS marketing strategy requires leaving event jargon behind and speaking the mathematical language of the boardroom. The executive translation matrix converts standard marketing data into metrics the board recognizes. Registrations translate into pipeline created. Attendance figures demonstrate sales velocity. Poll responses indicate expansion revenue, and social mentions are quantified as a reduction in customer acquisition cost. Using this matrix changes the nature of the budget review. By presenting data that aligns with the CFO's financial targets, the event leader moves from justifying an expense to presenting a revenue-driving asset. Marketing activity becomes documented business value, formatted for executive review. The traditional linear workflow, host, collect leads, and move on, limits ROI. The alternative is a compounding loop, the event-led growth ecosystem. The event generates content. Content builds community and buyer trust, which accelerates sales conversations and creates vocal advocates. Predictable SaaS revenue is a product of this compounding ecosystem, not a result of a single webinar. When presenting an ecosystem, leadership will ask how to attribute credit for the resulting revenue. Departments usually compete for attribution, treating revenue as exclusive property. We redefine this with a shared contribution model. An event strategy foundation supports everyone. Sales prioritizes outreach, customer success identifies upgrades, and marketing secures market positioning. A true event-led growth strategy acts as the underlying infrastructure that accelerates the entire company's ongoing revenue engine. A SaaS board values predictable revenue forecasting. They prefer consistency over unrepeatable success. Hoping for positive metrics after the fact is an amateur approach. RevOps requires engineered predictability. You must project business metrics before the event begins. By analyzing historical trends, we estimate pipeline expectations based on current registration data, forecasting revenue influence and potential customer expansion over the following 2 quarters. Presenting this predictive math changes the budget approval process. You are stating the expected return on investment before the event takes place. Forecasting transforms an event from an experimental expense into a calculated investment. Every event strategy should pass a 5-question scorecard before it is presented to the C-suite. First, what is the explicit reason for this investment? Second, how will this initiative create revenue? Third, what objective, non-vanity metrics will be used to measure its success? Fourth, what core business problem does this solve? And fifth, what are the mathematical implications if we scale this strategy? Answering these questions early removes executive friction and ensures strategic alignment across the organization. Executive reporting follows a consistent logic. Highlighting activity defines the team as a cost center. Highlighting outcomes positions the team as a strategic investment. Virtual events are no longer judged by the number of seats filled, but by their measurable contribution to the balance sheet. A modern event strategy operates like a precision machine, where every component contributes to a predictable revenue engine. Audit your team's reporting metrics. Identify the translation gaps between what the marketing team measures and what the board values. Stop reporting attendance. Start reporting impact.